I don't care if you've been on this roller coaster of stocks all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke me out, family, for all the dankers, the dank shit. On my left, your boy Blue.
Have you ever heard of a man-ator? It's a man. It's half man and half man. It is not. It is nightmare fuel.
Wait, a manager?
Yeah,
Half man and half man.
yeah.
Okay.
A
Yeah.
man on a
All
man.
right.
Yeah. I know what he's
All
talking about.
right.
Like, y'all don't, though.
God damn. On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, Tokyo on the threes and fours, Kronos.
Did you buy on the dip? Because that's what he said. I mean, you got to buy on the
What
dip.
money?
Yeah. If you had money.
What money?
Yeah. If you took something out of here like non-existent, man, I can't even. I'll just say it. Like, I literally lost like about $20,000 in the span of like 6 days. Like, and I'm not wealthy, so. But yeah, that happened. But obviously, it's kind of fake money because like it's in investment accounts and stocks and shit like that. But yeah, 20 grand dip in like 6 day span. So thanks, asshole, the orange asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And don't be like, oh, the stock market's it's up now. Look, it's fucking it's a record gain. It's like, no, we're still down. Like, what are you talking about? We're still down. We got a long way to go. Get the fuck out of here.
Yep. Also, it didn't have to be this way.
No,
It was all
just
voluntary bullshit.
left
too.
it the way it was and just been like, just negotiated. Be like, hey, like if you think I'm just gonna get into it. He doesn't understand what a trade deficit is. Trade deficits are not tariffs. Everybody has trade deficits. Like when I go to shop at Costco, that's a trade deficit. I just give them money. They don't give me. They give me like goods, but it's a trade deficit. They have way more shit than I have. But when I go to work, it's the opposite. I extract money from work, so there's a trade deficit. Like, but he thinks that trade deficits are, tariffs. But it's like me. If how do I put it? Like, it's like me paying for like goods for like somebody that's poor, and then expecting them to be able to afford like my rates. You know what I mean? Because like I get paid like a certain hourly rate, and it's like it's considerable, but I can't expect somebody that works at like McDonald's to be able to afford to pay my rates. You know what I mean? For like the goods that I happen to offer, because like they don't have a storage area network, so I don't expect them to be able to buy one. But I do expect for me to get a fucking cheeseburger for a reasonable price. So, I'm not going to, penalize them for only being able to sell me cheeseburgers. But that's literally what he's doing, is he's attacking people that can only sell cheeseburgers, but they can't afford to buy, I don't know, like a F-35 from us. So,
or even a F-150.
yeah.
I will say this. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Hey,
it's not my words, but tariffs are just taxes on everybody. Like it literally just means you're gonna pay more for the same shit. And the other thing I'll mention is that this is a semi like a house of cards in terms of it's all based off of consumer spending, this economy. Not all, but the overwhelming majority of it.
It's
like
2/3
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of that, 2/3 to 70%, whatever it is, it's stuff you don't even really need. It's not even all like necessity stuff. So if Americans collectively said, hey, I'm only buying the shit I need, everything else I'm just kind of saving and holding on, shit falls apart real quickly. And you know what can cause that? A drastic increase in prices. Like we have seen that, but just continuing to keep, not getting more in terms of your wages, and a drastic increase in prices on everything.
And they're doing it at literally the worst fucking time. The worst time that they could have like gone with trade wars with everybody, especially China. And the fact that he's putting in a comical amount of tariffs on them, 104%, when they're literally, they're out there. I've talked about this on the podcast before, but they're literally replacing us around the world as being a world leader. Look up the Belt and Road Initiative. They're out here going into like India and Africa and all these other nations and like providing them with resources and all this other shit because we're not doing it. And their technology is leapfrogging us right now because we're focused on, being more insulated and like literally being anti-intellectuals. Like we're literally attacking people that are fucking smart. Like we're getting rid of uh, a lot of the intellectuals that are immigrating to America for education, and now they're attacking them and throwing them in fucking gulags, basically. And meanwhile, over in China, they're just China and the EU. They're gonna take up all our fucking talent. And be like, oh, thanks, and they're gonna innovate over there. Like, why the fuck would you innovate here where you can get thrown in an El Salvadorian prison for maybe attending a rally at some point in time in your life? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Or even having a fucking tattoo on your neck.
Yeah, of a crown, of a crown.
Yeah,
and it's insane. I'm so angry with this current administration. I can't. It's way worse than it was than the last one. Because the last one I gave him a chance, and I was like, yo, okay. It was like the chance lasted not very long.
no.
But this time I was like, y'all already fucked up, and now they're just going even worse. So they're doubling down on everything, and they're making our country worse. We need immigrants in America for this country to operate, like on multiple levels. Like in the base one is literally to be able to have enough taxpayers to afford for this country to keep working, to afford Social Security payments to keep getting paid, to afford all these tax initiatives. If you get rid of all these immigrants, who the fuck is paying into all these taxes? Like, it's going to be a drastic reduction, and we're going to miss the labor force.
I'll also say, without immigrants, this country has major supply problems regarding agriculture and food. Major ones. And without immigrants, this country has insurmountable problems when it comes to all things construction, both residential and retail. So, okay,
even like in the food industry too, like you don't see like educated people working in the back. There's usually like some kind of immigrant that's working back there. So that'll have an impact on that as well. I mean, most of them are most likely registered, but then you usually get some that aren't registered. And those are the ones that usually go in hiding when like ISIS or some shit show up, or some stupid Karen calls the cops on the place.
And don't sit here and be like, oh, we need to have jobs in America. We need to have good, American jobs. Get the fuck out of here. You same motherfuckers complain about minimum wage getting raised. So what are you talking about? Which way do you want it? Like, if you want to have good paying American jobs, it has to be a higher than minimum wage. And if it's higher than minimum wage, then it's just going to cost more. We already had like this weird agreement with the world where basically we exported out pretty much slave labor to get a lot of this shit made. Like, all of our fucking clothes, the vast majority of our electronics, all kinds of shit. And now if you want to say that you want to bring all these jobs back home, well, first of all, it's going to cost more. Second of all, we don't have the capacity to do that right now. The factories that existed before, they don't exist now. Yeah. So like there was literally no fucking plan here. There was no plan. If you want to tell me you're going to bring like all the textiles back to America, so be all American made, there's like fucking maybe 10 textile factories in the entire United States right now. Like maybe.
I can't remember who said it, but I was watching this video on TikTok, and they were talking about how, like, okay, let's say for example, if jobs do come back to America, it's going to take 7+ years to build out these factories. But you know what these companies are going to do? Automate them. There's going to be nothing but fucking robots running those things. Like, they won't hire people. They'll just get robots to do it, which is going to make it even worse and put more people out of work.
Yeah,
or have less than expected new jobs.
Yeah, they don't.
The jobs will go up for doing the construction of these buildings, but once these buildings are done, like, there's nobody going to be working on those factories.
Yeah, and there's a way out of the automation thing, but it's something that the current administration will never do. It has to be some sort of universal basic income, but we're not. Most people think that that's just socialism, but I mean, at some point that's going to have to be discussed. So
yeah. Because right now I went to Home Depot today, and like they had no cashiers; they were all self-service stations.
When they have
I was like,
somebody, they have like one
Mhm.
person
Steal some
overseeing the self-service thing.
Yeah, one person running 18 machines. And I think the person was bored because,
Yeah.
like, she's like, "Oh, you can go to number 5," and she like walked over there and started like ringing up my stuff. I'm like, "Look, lady, I know what I'm doing. I can do this." But I think she might have thought that some black I was gonna steal shit. I mean, I did
Jesus,
have my
man.
backpack on.
God damn. Oh man.
And you were
awful.
stealing. That's
Yeah, yeah.
I was stealing.
Was stealing.
No, because I guess Home Depot, like a lot of people are like just grabbing stuff and walking right out the door. I see so many of those videos going viral. But kind of
yeah,
jumping back a little bit. I mean, we I guess what should we start with like first in the chat and stats?
Yeah, sorry. First
jump
in
straight up in there.
First in the chat is Lando. I don't think he went to jiu-jitsu tonight. Maybe he did. I don't know, because he usually does jiu-jitsu on Wednesdays and does some yoga too. So it's good to see him. This is the same guy who I hang out with every Monday. So yeah, and actually his brother came out a couple days ago too. So it was good to see him again. I haven't seen him in a while. So yeah.
I know. It sounds like somebody should watch your back on. Might trade you into the dark side.
Maybe he's fucking shady. I'm just saying.
And then steal your clothes and drive off in your car.
Yeah. Cut off my hand and shit. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So somebody, if you didn't know, like if you watch Star Wars, what's the second one called? Return of the Jedi?
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire
when
Strikes
Lando,
Back.
when he stitches on Han Solo, like at the end of the scene, and Lando is driving the ship and he's wearing Lando's clothes, or he's wearing Han Solo's clothes, like those black vests and shirt and stuff.
Yeah. Maybe that was his original clothes. Maybe they're just trading clothes back. Maybe it's literally the Brotherhood of the Traveling Pants, and that's really what Star Wars is all about.
There you go.
Or maybe that's like the captain's clothes. Like if you're a captain of the ship, you got to wear that.
Yeah, I'm the captain now. Listener of the week would be
Darth told him, "Pray I don't." Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Listener of the week would be Brian Salazar. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
What is that name? Remind? Oh, it's the guy from True Blood. And his brother was the clown from It. The guy who played what's his name? Not Eric.
Oh, you're talking about God damn it.
Salazar.
No, it's not Salazar. It's Skarsgård. You think about Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah, that's what the name made me think of.
That's definitely not Salazar.
That is a slightly different name.
Yes.
One is Scandinavian and one is like Latino.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what was the listener of the week's name?
Brian Salazar.
Oh, Salazar. Okay, I thought you said. Okay.
Not Skarsgård.
Yeah, that's very different.
What was the name of his vampire character? True Blood was such a good show.
Not
like
Bill.
That.
Not Bill Compton. It was
not Bill
Eric.
Compton.
Eric Northman.
What's Eric?
Eric Northman.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Vamp.
Yeah.
True Blood was fun. I like the fact that it was just really good old-fashioned erotic horror. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Sometimes people get killed. Sometimes a lot of fucking would happen. It was just both.
Then the first, wasn't like the first episode was like, first I'll fuck you, then I'll eat you or something like that. Like it was like some fucking random hillbilly.
Yeah, that's what like blew it off completely. It's like you wouldn't expect like a hillbilly to be a vampire. Yeah. It's like, what the hell?
And he was talking to a dude. I was like, all right, like you're just going there. All right.
Yeah.
One of the craziest lines is
Louisiana.
Yeah. When Eric talked about how him and his one chick were boning, and he's like, "We may be siblings, but we F like a married couple or something like that." I was like, "Wait, what?" Because they were both turned by the same vampire.
Yeah.
So that made them siblings, but they weren't technically blood.
What was that?
That's that rural, swampy Louisiana logic. Right,
that was such a great show.
Dude,
well, that's
what's name also in there?
Baby Vamp. Yeah.
No, not her. The black girl from Lovecraft Country. God, what's her name?
Journey Smollett.
Yeah, she's in there. She plays a shapeshifter. You get to see her smoothie.
Really? I'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, she was a shapeshifter. She was like messing around with the bar owner, like kind of toward the end.
I gotta,
I just remember.
Go ahead.
I just remember Lafayette basically telling that one redneck, "Here's the AIDS burger, and it comes with whatever the fuck I put on it." And he just
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Lafayette was a cool gay guy.
Lafayette was gangster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Showtime had some fucking bangers back in that era, man. It was True Blood.
That was
It was
HBO.
Was it HBO?
Yeah,
I
it was
think
HBO.
I thought it
Yeah.
was Showtime.
Mhm.
I could have
Nah,
sworn it was
it was HBO.
Showtime.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Was
it's
I wrong
HBO.
here? If it was HBO, then yeah, they had nothing but bangers then. So let me see. I could have sworn.
Yeah.
Because they had Oz on there too, right? Wasn't that HBO?
That was
That
that was
show
HBO.
was good.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
HBO. All right, I'm totally wrong. You're right. But yeah, HBO still has, some great shows. I think what was their first like really good one? It was that Italian mobster show, Sopranos, and then and Oz.
Yeah.
Oz was so fucking good. I love that show.
Yep.
I always thought that show was about like the Wizard of Oz until like I watched it. I was like, wait, this
No.
is not. There's no munchkins
No.
running around here. There's some
No.
munching going on, but no munchkin.
It's the Wizard of Oz if the wizard fucked a guy with peanut butter and jelly in his asshole. So
Yeah.
that happened, by the way. I'm just saying.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. There's a whole lot of that at Oz.
Oh man. Oh, Papa Bear's in the chat now too. Papa Bear is actually not far from me right now. He's in Camp Pendleton.
Okay. Good shit.
I'm gonna go see him on Saturday.
Nice.
Good shit. So I mean, we've started all kind of all over the place. I mean, obviously, everybody, unless you've been living under a rock, knows that there's been the yo-yoing of tariffs being, lifted and brought back and partially brought back and tripled down and it's caused havoc on the fucking stock market. Today seems like it's up, but it's been down consistently the last really month, several weeks now. I don't know. I don't know exactly how long. You guys can tell me, but it's been hectic to say the least. And there's people trying to look for silver linings. There's people trying to make excuses for it. None of this had to happen.
Yeah, because
it was all unnecessary.
Fundamentally, a tariff is supposed to be a tool for a country to basically get other countries' goods to be more unattractive to people because they have to pay more for it. It is not for the tool that what the president tells you that it is. It's just basically to make it more unattractive for you to buy it. That's it. You can still buy it. It just costs more. And the person that is paying it is the importer. There's a tariff sheet that the importer has to pay when they import shit. It doesn't. The countries don't pay tariffs. The importers do. Like the country, like the actual company that imports that product has to pay that fee. It is not the country. And
can I just add one? Well, ultimately, you're right, but the consumer
pays for it. Yeah, that's what I was going to get to.
It trickles down.
Yeah, because if you increase the cost on any good to any importer, they're just going to raise the cost so they can keep their margins. And we all know, from during the pandemic, companies will use any goddamn excuse to raise a price, and then they'll end up actually increasing their profits. So, and we all knew this, at least most people should have known this. When tariffs got announced, it gives companies free reign to just substantially increase any cost, just to see what they can get away with. Because they need to find the fucking ceiling on what somebody's willing to pay. And then once they find that ceiling, then maybe they'll back down a little bit, but they need to know what that fucking ceiling is so they can get those record profits. Because, infinite profits, you have to have that for our current form of capitalism. But whatever this dude is telling you, it's just a bunch of bullshit. Why do you think, China implemented tariffs? It's just to penalize, American goods coming into their country. But they don't have to worry about it because China's good right now. The most of the stuff that they need to import, they can get from somewhere else. One of the main things is probably food, commodities and shit. But there's other countries that they can get this from because they've laid down the groundwork to have a plan B. I talked about before, the Belt and Road Initiative. They've already made inroads with these other countries where they can literally, start making farms and all that shit to import food from. But America, there was no real fucking plan. This dude doesn't have a plan. There's no plan here. The smart way, if you really want to make, if you want to rejuvenate, the American economy or bring, jobs back to America, they need to have carrots and sticks All he's doing now is sticks. And when I say now by carrots, is you need to have actual incentives for corporations to bring their companies and factories back to America. There is literally no talk about that right now. What I mean by that is, I don't know, maybe have tax incentives, maybe give them other like incentives to come here and build their factories in America. But there's none of that. And keep in mind that if you try to make a deal like that, it's gonna take like 5 fucking years to build a factory and like get it staffed and like get the actual knowledge that you need to like make the goods here. But none of that was put in place because the guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
So I looked up to see what items are imported into China from America, and these are the top 5 imports from America to China. We have soybeans,
Yep.
we have aircraft and engines, integrated circuits, pharmaceuticals, and petroleum.
Yeah.
I'm like, they can get that from somewhere else. It's like,
Yeah.
why shop at Walmart when you go to Target?
I mean, literally. I mean, if you need fucking fuel, like Russia's right there. So the Middle East is right there. Like, there's other places where you can get this shit from. Like everything that you said, you can get it from somewhere else.
Yeah. The other thing that people keep forgetting, all of the devices that we're using right now, what you're listening to us on or watching us on, all runs off of these things called these rare earth minerals.
These
You know,
are
China got a bunch of them domestically that they
these
have.
are the exports the imports we get from China, like top 5.
Fucking-
Smartphones,
Yeah.
laptops, batteries, toys, and telecom equipment. Like literally what you just said, how you're watching this podcast, how you're probably listening to it,
Yeah.
the battery in your car.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's crazy. And like, and when the guy says, "Oh, back when we had tariffs, it was the golden age. We had so much money. It was the richest we've ever been." Okay, you know what they didn't have back then? Fucking plumbing. You know, they didn't have the internet. They didn't have fucking a lot of electricity. They didn't have a lot of roads, no interstate system. You know, none of this shit. There was no there's a reason why we pay taxes. Don't get me wrong, it's kind of shitty, but there's common goods that we have from paying taxes. And, you know, back in the day when we talk about tariffs, like it couldn't pay for any of the stuff that we have now. There is no way that tariffs could replace our current income tax system, for better or for worse. Like it cannot.
This isn't even all that complicated, and it's in a lot of ways a distraction. If you just have extremely wealthy billionaires pay their fair share, we don't have any problems with like some imbalance.
Well,
if they're paying their fair
right,
share. Right now, they're ducking it.
Right. It's not just that though. Like, yes, they have to pay their fair share, but we also have to I agree that we need to have actual audits of the government to like reduce government spending, because there's a lot of waste. But you need to go in there and actually do an audit and not just take a hacksaw to that shit. Because I mean, and the fact that they're not doing any of this shit to the DoD is incredibly crazy to me, because that's where the most fraud, waste, and abuse is, as far as I'm concerned. So
no, it's not just that's just factual. It's not just that's just not an opinion. To me, when you're talking about, oh well, let's save and prevent waste on a few millions of dollars, which are pennies and drops in the bucket,
fractions of pennies
on PBS or Teletubbies or Mr. Rogers or some library, stuff like that. That doesn't do anything. It doesn't affect anything at all. If you're talking about billions of dollars that can't even be found in the DoD,
yeah.
Then over time we're talking about some real money. But no, not a few $100 million a year. $100,000. No, that's just not. That's nothing. It's so small it doesn't matter.
Firing all these people doesn't mean shit. That's nothing. That what is it? The F-35 project is it's trillions of dollars over its budget. There's no $1 trillion single contractor. You know what I mean?
But again, you have to do twofold. You have to do some audits. I'm all fine with that or whatever. Go with the big fish, but also corporations and really, really rich people, billionaires, also need to pay some serious, pay taxes.
It's like
that's it.
Even because I know Kamala wanted to. I think Biden also wanted to do this because we we have these people and they have like their net worth, and I think there was something they were trying to do where they would take they would tax that, I guess, that imaginary money that you had. Like you say you're worth like 300 something billion. Okay, that's going to be taxable versus like, oh yeah, I might be worth that much, but like I only got like $500 in my bank account
Well,
type of
yeah,
deal.
it's like it's the whole what is it? Buy, borrow, die. I forget the fucking phrase. They
Oh
say
yeah, I
it
know what
on
you're
the
talking about.
podcast. Yeah, or basically they what they'll do is they'll get a loan, and then that increases their net worth, and their loan is based upon whatever they have in stock markets and real estate and all that shit. So that's what
Yeah.
they'll leverage. But guess what? When you take out a loan, you don't pay taxes on your loan.
Yep.
So is it buy, borrow, die?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
Something
that.
like that.
So yeah, it's incredibly abusive, and that's one way that the majority of them, like if you look at like Elon Musk, like remember when he bought
Oh, Twitter.
Twitter? He didn't buy it; he got a loan for that.
Yep.
He didn't use his own money. Like so, he paid no taxes on that. He just borrowed money, and then when he sold it to himself, which is like should be illegal because it doesn't sound right. Like because you can't sell something to yourself; you already fucking owned it.
Yeah.
So
I guess I was gonna say our parents probably would have did this, but like my mom sold me a car for $1.
well, yeah, but that's
I
different
mean,
though. Yeah,
allegedly.
yeah. That's
Yeah, dude,
different
you can't
though.
be telling on yourself on
Well,
live on
well, and the thing though was like when he sold the Twitter to himself or to his other company that he also owns is that he massively inflated its actual value,
Yeah,
and that
exactly.
should be illegal. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it is illegal, but nobody is enforcing it right now for some reason.
Don't they don't they kind of do that with like artwork? Like they'll inflate the price to increase the value of it. Like if I like my Batman behind me, if I pet that for auction and it sells for $1 million, now I think it's worth $1 million.
Yes, but you can't sell it to yourself for $1 million.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I wish I could, cause
Yeah.
man,
That's the thing. So
God damn.
yeah, they're just a bunch of wealthy assholes that and we're also goose stepping again into like fascism. So
Yep.
like with the latest things about them deciding to what the IRS is going to work with ICE to um, find quote unquote illegals that are in the tax system. First of
Yep.
all, like to me, if you're paying taxes, I don't give a fuck. And you're not committing any crimes, I don't give a fuck. You're paying taxes.
Yep.
You're paying into the society. We're good. As far as I'm concerned, like give them the fucking whatever they need. I don't really give a shit. If they're if they're not criminals, even then, like it depends on what fucking crime. But if you're paying taxes, you're paying into our society. The whole culture thing, I don't care about. Like because whatever, just pay into our society. We're good. But what people always talk about is like illegal stealing, Social Security and stealing benefits. But the vast majority of them are paying into benefits that they aren't currently eligible for. Like a bunch of
Yep.
illegal immigrants, a bunch of undocumented, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they pay into Social Security even though they're not even guaranteed Social Security.
Yeah, my biggest issue with this entire regime is it's such a dog whistle for racist bullshit because they're not going after white immigrants of any sort or people who have stayed past their student visa or people who basically anybody who's white. They're just not.
Yeah.
The whole world knows it, but nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to discuss it. But be brown, have an accent, be from Asia, be from Africa, be from the Caribbean. It's a whole different story. And they are also not just going after people who are immigrants. There's people who've been rounded up and they're American citizens. So, it's there's just a whole lot of racial aspects of it. And I know nobody wants to ever talk about race or whatever, but shit fucking matters and it does impact policy and how things are enforced. ICE is not knocking on the door of some person who's over here illegally from Canada or from Denmark. They're just fucking not.
And then there's talks about how they might start exporting, or I guess, is it exporting? Yeah, I guess getting rid of people who have like hard crimes or something like that, like people who've done like murders or kidnappings in our words, they want to deport them to El Salvador too. And it's like, dude, like you literally just said that Mexico is sending in their rapists and killers and stuff like that, and yet you want to do the same thing. It's like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, it's a whole bunch of fear mongering. Let me just remind everybody, because this gets always lost in the sauce of people who watch a whole lot of corporate news and don't pay attention. The crime rates are actually down from when we were kids, like from the 70s, from the 80s, from the 90s. Like they're way down. Not a little, but a lot. So violent crimes of all sorts nationwide are down. You can find some outliers in certain cities, certain counties, whatever, but nationwide, the crime rate is down from way back in the day. It just is.
Oh shit! I have to give a shout out to Brandon in the podcast chat. He listens to APM Marketplace, which I do too.
I love that.
Oh, you listen to that too? Yeah. So is that? I'm thinking of so APM does a couple of podcasts that I listen to. It's Kai Risdall and Kimberly Adams. Yeah, those are some of my Make You Smart, Make Me Smart. That's like one of my favorite podcasts of all time. So yeah, shout out to APM, which is American Public Media and Marketplace. If you want to learn more about like our economy and shit like that, they have pretty short-ish podcasts, like 30 minutes or less, about like a whole slew of different subjects. So if you want to get educated on more about this stuff, for more than just this podcast, from smarter people than us that have degrees and that kind of shit, yeah, check them out. So yeah, Brandon knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, Kai Risdall. Good dude.
The guy's voice is like fucking butter, man.
It is, yeah. And it's always nice to hear Kimberly's voice too, because she's black, and it's like hearing a black voice in that space is like it's so nice. Same thing with what's her name, Noelle King from what's the name of that fucking podcast? I listen to it all the time. It's from Vox Media. Today Explained. Today Explained. Yeah.
Okay.
Check that one out. There's
what
another
about,
one too.
Was it Midas Touch? Isn't that one like super trending right now?
Yeah, Midas Touch, but it's like that's super left leaning, which is fine for like if that's what you're into. And so sort of is like Marketplace, but they try to keep when they talk about certain subjects, like Kai is like very left leaning, but he's very upfront about it. So he's not like pretending, but he still tries to give you like his honest thoughts on things, but he lets you know like his where he stands. Or as in some other news outlets, like they're kind of ambiguous about it and they kind of beat around the bush. So yeah.
To the good. But yeah, man, I don't even know. We shall see. We shall see what the fuck happens.
I did like a quick research to see like what's the crime rate over the years, and man, it just dramatically went down. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
like
you
at
wouldn't know
the
that.
highest point, it was like in 1992, like 91, 92. That was like the peak, and it was like I can't translate the numbers, but it's 758 per 100,000 of population.
Something like that. Yeah.
There was different kind of violent crimes that was committed, and then like to 2023, it's down at 360 per 100,000.
Yeah, I mean, over time things have gotten better and they're less violent, but the reporting on violent crime seems to have always increased year after year, to where people are, viewing it like it's the wild, wild west everywhere, and it's just not the case. So,
well, back in the day, we didn't have cell phones with cameras, so it wasn't as, especially when it comes to like certain kinds of things, it wasn't as visible back then, and there wasn't like 5 million news outlets, and there wasn't YouTube. So that's another thing, is like you can literally upload like anything that you see and like witness anywhere, and so like makes things like more visible. But yeah, things are there. I think there's certain things that are up, like as far as like mass shootings go, but still as far as overall safety, we are safer. But I just want to give like an overall, like, America isn't that safe.
No, not compared to a whole lot of places.
Yeah, like I hear a lot of people like when they talk about like traveling, like, oh, is that place safe? It's like America is not safe. So just keep that in mind when you think about traveling to somewhere where you think it might be kind of shady. I mean, there's places in America where I won't fucking go.
Yeah.
A lot of places.
The other thing that's weird too, and again, these are trends that have changed over our lifetime, that we don't notice, and in fact, they're pretty positive. Like teen pregnancy is way down from where it was in the 80s,
Yeah,
and 90s and whatnot.
so, you know,
Like that used to be a thing all the time. Like every week or so, Ricky Lake or Donahue, you know what I mean, would have like the epidemic of teen pregnancy and whatnot. I got a kid who's in high school. It's not as pervasive as it was, or even as common as it was.
No, you know, and that's why, you know, when it comes to like birth control, women's rights, like we need to all fight, like men and women, you know, need to fight for that. And I don't really, when people talk about, oh, what if my kids, you know, fucking blah blah blah. Listen, I don't really. Yes, there's a risk for like your, you know, your kids having sex or whatever, but what's also very risky is like having a baby when you're fucking 15 years old.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like I would much rather for them to not have kids at that age, and do whatever they want. You know, obviously there's the STD risk and shit like that, but still, having a kid before you're ready to have a kid is it's usually, you know, not great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm all for them. Like the whole, I know it was a huge thing about like people were mad that, you know, young women and girls could get birth control without their parents' consent. But guess what?
Yeah.
Not every fucking parent is safe.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. I'm in a place in my life where I want all my kids I only have two, both my kids like feel safe enough to tell me like what's going on in their life. But there's other parents that are out there that are not safe. Like what if there are the parents that are actually, you know, sexually assaulting their kids? You know, like what do you do then?
Yeah.
So but in this world, you know, in certain states, like that can happen, and they're forced to have that child. Like that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
It is. It's very much so.
What's even sad is that if they have a miscarriage,
Yeah.
like these states
Yeah.
are coming after these people, and it's
Yeah.
like, are you serious? Like,
Well, they're coming after the doctors and nurses and whatnot too. So
yeah.
there's that as well.
But wasn't there? Sorry, wasn't there a woman who ordered some? I think she ordered Plan B or birth control. I think she ordered Plan B from a doctor in New York, and the state of Texas, I think, wanted to, I guess, expedite her. Is that what it's called? When they want her to come face trial in Texas because she gave
Extradite.
Plan B to somebody. Extradite. Yeah. I'm thinking about Russian things.
Well, is that the appropriate word for interstate?
Extradition. Yeah, you can extradite somebody from a different state to another state. Isn't that what it's called?
Okay, so it
Extradite.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, but I always associate it with countries, but so it can be just one state to another.
Yeah, but it's not usually used. But yeah, so say if like you have like a like if you committed a crime in like one state and then you fled to another state, you can get extradited to the state that you committed the crime in.
Okay,
Pretty sure that's
Yeah,
appropriate. Let me look up the actual definition, but I'm pretty sure.
I know New York was like, no, we're not doing it because their laws are different than what Texas laws are. But it's still crazy that they want to come after a doctor. And I guess the girl ordered the stuff online.
You're probably right because I think they used that when they were talking about Luigi and whatnot over from Pennsylvania to New York or something too, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's overview of extradition and interstate rendition, or rendition. Yeah, so yeah, it exists.
Yeah. Hey, so let me grab hopefully you guys have seen this or even heard about it. If not, I gotta promote something.
All right.
Hold on, it's gas station dick pills.
Obviously.
Is it Blue Rhino 5,000 or
6,000?
Oh, there we go, 6,000. All right, got you.
Rhino 6,000. You know, I did hear about a Blue Rhino 9,000. I'm sorry, Red Rhino 9,000. So
I think that's when you grow two dicks like a Klingon.
Yeah.
All right.
But on Netflix, there is this series that is extreme. It's a miniseries. It's extremely current affairs-ish, or I don't know, very topical. Have you heard of Adolescence?
I heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
It's amazing. It's not American. I'm going to tell you that right now. And the pacing and format is going to be so different from anything that seems American Law and Order or Crime and Punishment or even True Crimey, that it's going to be off-putting. At least, I won't say it will definitively be off-putting, but it was off-putting for me at first. It's like a British show. It's only 4 fucking episodes, and I'll sell it to you like this. There's a 13-year-old boy who is accused of doing some really heinous shit. And obviously you're going to feel one way about that, and they're going to explain why, and there's going to be a lot about social media, and there's going to be a lot about violence in families and how it manifests itself. But it's a really, really good, well-written show all the way around. I watched it, I think, on Friday. I was like, oh, I'm going to watch just one episode. I couldn't fucking stop. Like, I was like, oh, one more. Some people, it went over their heads. Some people don't like it all that much. I won't spoil too much, but based on how they represent some things with the families, well, I'll just say that, and the fathers and the mothers and all of that other stuff. But watch it for yourself, see what it's all about. I think it has some pretty good reviews overall. It's some powerful fucking shit. I'll just say that. And it's only fucking 4 episodes. It's real short watch. It's a true miniseries.
All right, I'll still ready to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got pretty good reviews, so looks like you're not the only one that thinks it's amazing. Right now, it's got 99% on Rotten Tomato.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Hey, you know what? It'll, especially, I got a son who's 1 year older or whatever, and you start just thinking, okay, it's a good idea to limit the amount of time that you're on social media. It's a good idea to check in on your kid even more so, find out their feelings about who they're listening to and all of that stuff. It's just important.
Yeah, it can't be. You're like, why are you watching Andrew Tate? What the fuck?
yeah. There's a lot to it, but well worth watching. Yeah, only 4 episodes. Give it a shot.
Wait, okay, I got something interesting to bring up. So I was at the local library today, and some kids were playing Minecraft. Yeah, they were playing Minecraft, and one of the little boys kept saying like, "Oh my god, he's killing me," or whatever, right? And the librarian had told him like, "Hey, yeah, you guys keep it down, especially if you talk about killing." They changed the word from killing to he's breading me. Have you guys heard kids use this word instead of killing?
What was that? Breading?
Breading, like you bread your chicken or something like that. Like, yeah, he's breading me. It's like, what?
No.
That's like,
I ain't heard that. I have not heard that.
You gotta ask your son. Maybe he might know.
Yeah.
I will say that my youngest daughter is one of her favorite catchphrases now is "What the Sigma."
What the Sigma?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Instead of saying like "What the fuck."
What the Sigma? Is that from a show or a song or something?
I don't fucking know. Yeah, but it's funny to me though.
That is cool.
And she says "bro" a lot, which is funny to me because I call her man all the time, and she's like, "I'm not a man." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, man." So yeah.
Nancy was calling me bro for a little bit. I told her to stop it because I'm not a brother. That's incest.
Oh man.
You know what I will say. It is fun to hear new slang, new generations talk. Even if you don't understand it all, it's interesting to me to just see how language fucking evolves from one generation to the next or one region to the fucking next. You know what I mean? It's just, there's a lot of ways to speak English.
Yeah, I enjoy it, and it's funny to me because like people that are, because I'm Generation X, and people will like, they will talk so much shit about like how the way the kids talk nowadays. It's like, motherfucker, that's what our parents said. Like,
Yep.
Can you like not do that? Like, how did you feel when you were that age? And you're just like, I don't understand. Why are you calling everything cool or blah, blah? It's like, just let them have their fucking words. Like, pick up on it and like note it, but like, don't shit on it. It's just like this evolution of language. Like, don't be your parents.
Yes.
Boomers were lame. All right. I don't give a fuck what anybody tells you. Boomers were lame. So yeah.
And plus now we have like the internet, so if you don't understand what a word means, you can look it up. Like, oh, okay, that's what skids my ribs or
oh my god, you sound so old right now.
I know there's one about a toilet. Like
the skibbity.
Yeah.
Skibbity toilet seat or something like that. I gotta look it up. What's the
Oh my god, good
toilet
thing
Yeah,
we're.
seat?
that's pretty much it,
You know,
man.
most of our listeners are older, so if it was somebody younger, actually, you know, my oldest daughter listens to this, so she probably think what you
Mhm.
said is funny.
That shit is hilarious. So, all right, man, we've gone all over the place already. Where y'all want to go next? There's so much like that's gone on and changed in the fucking world, and I wasn't even on last week. So, uh, you want to? What do you want to touch upon?
What do you want to touch upon? So Lazarus,
Hmm.
I've been saying this dude's name wrong, I think, for a while now. I kept saying Shinchiro Watanabe, but I'm pretty sure it's Shinichiro Watanabe. Is that how you pronounce his
Oh
name?
shit! You say Aragata like we say Aragata.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was fucking it up. So, yeah, Shinichiro Watanabe, one of my favorite anime creators of all time. He made Michiko and Hachen. He did Samurai Champloo, and of course, Samurai Champloo. Oh, not God damn it! What was the other one?
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop. Thank you. It's like some of the greatest animes of all fucking time. He made a show for Adult Swim in America called Lazarus, and I have thoughts on it. Have y'all watched any of this yet?
I have
Not yet.
I have not watched. It's on my list. I was actually planning on checking it out probably Thursday, Friday, because they're only like one or two episodes in, right?
One, literally one.
One. Okay.
And
Um,
it's on HBO Max or HBO Go or whatever they're calling themselves now. It's not
yeah,
Skinamax anymore. So, but yeah, how's the show? Like, are you enjoying it? Like, is it kind of a throwback to Cowboy Bebop and Shampoo?
Champloo. So no, so there can be comparisons made with Samurai Champloo. I'm
Okay.
not Samurai. I'm sorry, with Cowboy Bebop. There can be comparisons made, but it is not that show.
Okay.
There's like the opening sequence of like I'm not gonna spoil the episode, but there's a jailbreak, and it's
Hmm.
really fucking cool. And the reason why I think there's like a throwback to uh, Cowboy Bebop is because first of all, it's set in like the slight future, and there is like a lot of like jazz music in it.
Really?
So
Okay. Nice.
yeah, I
I
mean
love
that's
it.
like they're checking the check boxes, which I love.
Yeah.
Um, but I will say that I'm actually disappointed in part of the show. Some of the animation is just like not great,
Mm.
which is weird. Not that it's like really bad, but it's just like it's not great. And
Okay.
it's an overlapping of traditional, anime with like the CGI stuff. And
Ah.
it's pretty well
Mm.
done, but like the actual like drawn or like seemingly drawn animation is just like not that good, and like especially like some scenes are like really obvious. And don't get me wrong, there's like certain animes that you watch where they have like kind of like throwaway animations.
Yeah.
And to me, in the first episode that I saw, there was like a lot of those that I noticed. But it's still fun. Like it's a
Okay.
lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it.
I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. I enjoyed that weird one, the musical one, Carol and Tuesday that he had
Yeah,
on Netflix.
yeah.
Too. That was pretty fun. It was more slice of lifey, but it was good.
Was that the Brazilian one?
No, that the Brazilian was Michiko and Hatchin with the
Okay, yeah.
gangster ass Brazilian girl. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So yeah, I think last podcast we learned that he was a producer on that show, but he wasn't like the creator of the show. So that's why the
Ah,
animation style is kind of similar.
oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
dude.
was it's kind of funny the stuff you mentioned because there was an episode of Invincible where he goes to a Comic-Con and like they basically break down like how animation work, which was pretty funny. Like he'll talk about how like, oh yeah, like I remember in the scene where like they pan out and like none of the characters are moving, but it looks like they're moving because of the camera's panning out, or like, if they want to show like have like the character speak like a long line, like they'll have their back turned or have them like sideways so you can't see their mouth, so that the person doing the voice work can like squeeze in a bunch of different stuff. And I just thought that was really funny that they did that in Invincible. They even talk about how like there'd be parts where like the animation be over the top just to kind of capture more action, but then they'll go back to like kind of dumbing it down.
Yeah.
Look, those artists say whatever the fuck you will. They work their fucking asses off. Some of them basically kill themselves to make this art in terms of their work hours.
Yeah.
like 100 fucking plus hour weeks and whatnot. Some of them not even getting paid that much to do that. So if there are certain scenes that aren't the highest quality or whatever, and some corners get cut every now and again for like 2 minutes of a hour long show or a 30-minute long show, so fucking be it. Those guys work their fucking asses off.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's still, like I said, Lazarus it's a good show to watch.
I'm gonna check that one out.
Yeah, it is fun. It's a throwback, especially if you're like a person of my age that watches, that grew up with like older anime. Yeah, it's a nice throwback. I mean, I hope that newer generations appreciate it, and I hope they go back and watch his older stuff, because there's a lot of if you never watched, Cowboy Bebop or Samurai Champloo, like that's like anime fucking gold right there. To me, that's like the tippy top. So
also, you have to respect the fact that these guys aren't young anymore. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
They've been doing this for a while. The guy from Berserk passed, unfortunately. Obviously, we know about Dragon Ball, and what was my guy from the kind of younger anime one? Not Pokemon, but God damn it,
Digimon?
Is it Yu-Gi-Oh?
No, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like we've lost some really gigantic fucking figures in the world of anime from like the back in the day. You know what I mean? And I don't know how old Shinjiro is, but he's not young.
He's definitely not young. He's got to be at least in his 50s. He's probably in his 60s, but yeah, he's still making good stuff. Let me just look it up. Shinichiro.
Well, I went. I'm checking out his credit list, and there's some shows in here I didn't know was his. Like Big O.
Yeah,
is the one.
59.
Outlaw Star.
Yeah.
You say he's 59?
59 years old. Yeah, so he's not old, but he's still making. I mean, he's got a lot of really good. He did the Animatrix too, like one of the episodes. So
nice.
Yeah, I just hope he doesn't get like overlooked in like, anime history, which he shouldn't be. But he also, we're older, but the newer generations, like they might not know that this dude put out some badass bangers back in the day that will hold up today, 100%.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. That's for sure. It's you have to. I feel like you should always go back and watch some of the classics. You know what I mean? Like just to fucking appreciate where the fucking roots of this shit. Now, I will confess, I have not gone back and watched like Astro Boy and all that, or not Astrobot or whatever. No, is it Boy or Bot?
Astro Boy. Astrobot's the game. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wait a minute. Now I'm confused. But I haven't gone back and watched that. But I did watch a whole shit ton of Speed Racer when I was a kid.
Yeah, Speed Racer is great because when they died, they didn't come back.
Mm-hmm. Trixie was a trick.
Except for X.
Oh yeah, X did come back. X gonna get it.
And there's also like a lot of like really obscure animes that were like very, very well detailed. And then in the anime, like if you go back and watch like a 90s or even like late 80s like mech anime.
Yep.
And like there's some shit they have with like just details and like all the motions and stuff are just like they're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like I'm introducing my son into the Studio Ghibli and like watching the animation of like this is like 1990s when this came out. Like the animation is like so detailed and like and it lives up. Like it's just a cute little story that's being told, and it's just the animation is just working perfectly with it.
Yep.
Yeah, and especially now when there's like it's so easy. This is what the newer generations they don't understand is that like back in the day, it was so hard to watch anime.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really fucking hard, especially in the 80s. It basically didn't really exist in America. Like you had to like really fucking know a guy. In the 90s, it was like we were sharing VHS tapes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then in the 2000s, we got Napster and like LimeWire, and then I think once torrents became a thing, that's when like the kind of flood opened up, and then that's when streaming came around. And then once they were streaming, they had like kind of illegal streams, and then Crunchyroll came around and just kind of dominated. So
the only thing that I would include into that history is the influence, especially here in America, of Toonami. Like Toonami put a lot of anime on like on the map. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's Saturday night. I'm a little drunk. I'm a little hungover. and it's 2 a.m, and yeah, okay, Naruto Shippuden and Cowboy Bebop. All right, let's
Oh yeah,
go.
yeah. That introduced a lot of generation, or at least a lot of kids and even adults, to anime.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, that cannot be overstated. Is Cartoon Network and Toonami, and then what would eventually become Adult Swim. We know Toonami's still kind of around, but
Hmm.
yeah, that shit was amazing. Yeah, once when they put Naruto on there, I think that's what really like kind of changed the game. Even though
Yeah,
people talk shit about Naruto, that's still one of the best fucking animes ever. I don't give a shit what you say. Like I
it was
really
a great
don't.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's great. It was great all the way around.
it's like one of
I
the
watched it way later,
yeah,
but
it's a quintessential Shonen Jump anime. You
mhm.
know.
And like you can't forget like some of the more kiddie ones like your Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean Yu-Gi-Oh
Yeah.
kind of got a little kind of dark toward the end, but like those shows too kind of help start the train of anime becoming more popular.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I mean
man.
Pokemon had freaking people standing in the middle of the street on their goddamn cell
Yeah.
phones.
Pokemon Go, yeah, when it came out, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, everybody felt like, remember how like there would be when it first became super popular, like Pokemon Go stops at like gas stations and fucking coffee shops and everything, like, oh, this is where you can get a Charizard or what, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they would like in the real world advertise some shit. You know what I
What
mean? In terms of like play Pokemon Go from this library or whatever, you know?
wasn't that thing like wasn't it like a giant like data collection? Like
Well, yeah.
I think at the end of the day, like it turned out to be like a giant data collection. They got like images and stuff from like all these people's phones or something like that.
Yep. But that shit was great. There's still people playing it to this day, I think. It's still a thing, right?
Yeah, it's still a thing. I mean, World of Warcraft is still a thing. So
That's true. That is true. Dude, isn't that over 25 years old now?
yeah, it could definitely drink. So yeah, actually it might be older than 21 years old, like 20 years old. Well,
God
when did WoW
damn.
come out? Like I'm pretty sure it was like early 2000s.
Yeah, so it's
Um,
like 02,
yeah, it was it
03.
was it was super early. Let me look up.
God damn.
Um,
And I know they've had a billion expansions and all that other stuff, but when did it drop?
Mhm.
it dropped in 2004. So yeah,
There you go.
it's 21 years old. Yeah, they can drink.
God damn.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever fucking works. Did anybody check out any more or even start that common side effects? Or am I
Not
still
yet.
on
I'll
common
I'll,
side
I'll
effects
get to
island?
it. Sorry, I've been sort of busy.
Yeah,
That's
no
on Hulu.
worries.
That's on HBO as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fucking good. That's some good conspiracy. Um, I am fucking hyped because we're here in the month of April and we are getting some brand new motherfucking Last of Us. I think is next Sunday, right?
Mm,
Last of Us Part Two
Oh man,
return.
bro. Yeah, I think it's this coming up
or this
Sunday,
Sunday? Okay.
and I am just ready to have the hearts ripped out of people that have
They
never played the show. They're gonna have their souls destroyed. If you haven't played the
mean play the
game
game.
and you watch, like, just be prepared. I mean, like, get some tissues. I don't know, have like a plan on like the next day. Do some happy shit on Monday. Maybe
Yep.
take the day off on Monday.
Yep.
Go touch some grass. Go fucking. I don't know if it's gonna happen in the first episode, but
Take a walk.
it should be on like one of these Sundays.
Yep.
You're gonna need a mental health day. That's
Yes.
all I'll say.
And there's going to be multiple times in this season that are going to be pretty off the. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
talking about one to start it off, but
Yeah, the one to start off is fucking bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But everybody's going to see. So we have, for me, two twin shows of excellence. We have The Last of Us Part Two this Sunday, like you said, and then I get my Rogue One TV series basically in. God damn it. I always want to say Ahsoka, but it's not Ahsoka. It's what's the Rogue One Star Wars show that I am fucking blanking on?
Andor.
Andor.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
that's coming. Yeah, you watched that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love
Okay, good. I
Andor.
was gonna say that's like, if you don't, this Andor is a show. If you don't like Star Wars, watch Andor.
Yeah, I
Like,
love it.
you can hate all of Star Wars for the rest of your goddamn life, but you will probably love Andor.
Also, I'm not spoiling anything, but Andor is very current affairs-y ish.
Oh yes. Oh
Because
yes.
it is all about some authoritarian regimes overstepping and you fighting well, all of Star Wars is fighting the good fight, let's just say, you know. So but this is more overt, and it's like just great spy espionage and rebel shit, you know, the good rebel shit, not that other rebel shit.
Yeah.
So I turned on my TV real quick because I wanted to see if Cronus's show was on here, Lazarus. But there's a show on here called Iyanu that looks pretty fucking dope. It looks like it's
Anime?
like a black tribe. Yeah, it's anime. It's a black tribe, and like this little girl has like magical powers, but the animation
Oh,
style makes me think of like Boondocks.
I
Mhm.
Like it
saw that.
has very good like
I,
Boondock vibes.
I saw that trailer. I wanted to show that to my daughter. It looks interesting. I think it was out of Nigeria or a Nigerian artist, I believe.
Um,
I could be wrong.
yeah, it says it's inspired by Yoruba,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is a country in Africa. Yeah, in West Africa. But yeah, it looks
Tribe, yeah.
animation wise, it looks pretty dope. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to check this out.
I'm all about it.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god.
those.
Oh, this is like kind of
It's
a throwback. But there was like a time when we were at, I think it was Fanime, and we had one of the directors of Naruto. And remember
Oh,
me?
yeah.
It was me and you, right, Prodigy? We were
I
talking
think
to
so. Yeah,
him,
yeah,
and we were like, "Did you know that like somebody from Boondocks like really they remade the fight between
yeah.
Sasuke
oh
and
yeah.
Orochimaru?" And he was like, "What?" And then when we showed him like the comparisons, he's like, "Oh my god! Like I had no idea." It's like it was
That was
crazy.
cool.
Yeah,
That was cool. Yeah, man. And it's like it's punch for punch. You know what I mean in terms of the animation.
yeah, yeah.
It's very clear. So yeah, man. Well, and I will say, just in terms of anime, I'm happy. I'm finally dreaming in color again because I got my One Piece back. It's we're on Egghead, and it was like there was like a 6 month fucking hiatus, but now we're back on track.
6 months, huh?
6 fucking months, man. That
God
shit was
That's a
damn.
long.
brutal.
Yeah.
That's a long time anime. And actually, that's not that long in anime world because there's series out there that will go like years before coming back.
Well,
That is
So
true.
yeah, yeah. Like what was it? Bleach did that for years. But
Yeah.
honestly, I would love to have like a break rather than have filler episodes.
oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
fillers are they're awful. They're awful.
Yeah. I can only appreciate. I like a good filler if it's like truly just some fun side quest stuff, like it's a beach day and blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, okay, fine. You know. But when it's different animation style and it's all like completely irrelevant and has nothing having to do with anything, yeah, fuck all those. Just take a break.
There's an episode of Dragon Ball Z where Piccolo and Goku go get their driver license. It's like they can both fucking fly. Like, what the
Yeah,
hell are they
exactly.
gonna do with the driver license? I think in Dragon Ball Super, Goku he's a bouncer at like at a Buma event. He's got his hair like slicked back, but then like he like goes to bend over and like rips his suit that he's wearing, and like it's just fucking chaos.
You know what? The filler episodes are always such a different fucking tone. Like that's the other thing.
It's like
It doesn't fit the fucking show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah, like the most egregious one I ever saw was like it was during Bleach when
Oh,
like
yeah.
Ichigo was gonna fight the fucking cougar dude. What the fuck's that guy's? Grimjaw Jagajax.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was in the middle of the fucking fight scene, and then went to go play soccer. And I was like, bro, like, what are we doing here? Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
What made it worse was that the fucking announcer narrating the show told you that Ichigo is fighting Lockjaw, Rickjaw, whatever.
Grimjaw, yeah.
But we're gonna go watch the soccer game right real quick, and it's like, what? Like this battle is like peak excitement. You're gonna stop for a soccer game.
And when that happened, you know where I was? Iraq. I was like, bruh, what the fuck? I was so fucking mad. I was like, I need this shit to get back on track.
I stopped watching after that. Like I haven't watched it. I mean, I watched the Blood Wars, but I don't remember where I left off with Bleach.
It gets way better. Like the whole, yeah. After, I mean, if you're gonna watch any anime, especially long running ones, I don't know how. One Piece obviously took like a hiatus recently, but I don't watch One Piece. It's a lot of episodes, but so is Naruto. But if you're hesitant to step your or dip your toes into like a long running anime, just look up like the filler episodes. There's like things on the internet. Like there's a tool.
Yeah.
There's like episodes you can skip. You can just look it up. So it makes it like not as daunting.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I will say this though. I'm someone who loves fucking intros and outros, and there are people online who will say, "Oh, if you're watching this long-running anime and you skip the intros and outros, and you'll be able to be done in this amount of time." Enjoy the fucking journey.
Yeah.
And the intros and outros are some of the best part. Like they're catchy ass fucking tunes. Like you will hear a certain Naruto or One Piece intro or outro, and it'll just take you back to a different time in your life.
Man,
forever.
that intro with Jiraiya when he's breaking apart the popsicle with Naruto.
Yep.
Like if I hear that song, like I get emotional because it's like
Yep. Fucking Pervy Sage, man. That shit ripped my fucking heart open.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was one of the that still hits me.
So I looked up to see what the filler episodes are for Bleach, and this one website has them listed. And some of them they'll say like you should watch because it's like interesting, but there's one on here called Summer Sea Swimsuit Festival. It's episode 228, and instead of saying skip or watch, it says watch if you want fan service.
There you go.
Service.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you need a little,
Yeah.
Anytime there's a beach episode of filler, I just know it's gonna be fan service. It goes with the territory. It's good fucking shit. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh yeah, just stay on with anime. We have a lot to be thankful for because in July we're getting back the classic from last year that everybody fucking loved. What was the anime? Dan to Dan.
Yeah, Dan to Dan. Goddamn, I love that show. Speaking of great intros, one of my favorites of all time. It was in heavy rotation in my car for a solid 8 months. Yeah, by Creepy Nuts. And also I found out, the Mashal intro, which is another anime which I haven't watched, but that's another dope intro. Dan to Dan was dope, and I also know that Kaiju number 8, which was another banger from last year, is coming back also pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to all of it. I will say at the Crunchyroll Awards, I was surprised. So, I mean, Solo Leveling was a clear like fan favorite, but it did not win like Anime of the Year. This what was the one that I think
Fire In or something like that?
Yeah,
I heard good things about that show. I need to watch it.
Yeah, I've heard good things. So the other one I think that won, I don't know, last year or the year before, that I had kind of slept on because it looked really slice of lifey, and sometimes I can deal with slice of life, sometimes I can't. Was that Spy Family? I was fucking wrong. That shit is hilarious and really
yeah. I think good reviews for that too.
That shit is great. In fact, that's one I watch with my my 10-year-old daughter, and she just goes fucking crazy for it. It's just silly.
It's called Spy X Spy, right? Or is it Spy? Is it
Spy Family? Spy X Family or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, no X.
There's no X. Okay. What am I thinking
like Hunter.
Well, there's Hunter X Hunter. There's an X in there. Yeah.
Well, when you look it up, it says Spy X Family.
Yeah, it is Spy X Family. He put the X in there. You just call Malcolm?
No, I'm just saying. It's Malcolm Little.
Malcolm 10.
What was his? I forget his actual. What was his government name? It wasn't Malcolm X. What was it?
Little.
Was it Little? Was it Malcolm Little?
I thought so.
I can't remember. I kept going back to Cassius Clay, but I'm like, no, that's not that guy.
That's a different man.
Yeah, a whole different guy. Yeah.
His mama called him Clay. I'm gonna call him
Cassius Clay.
I have been fucking dying from these goddamn Muppet and Studio Ghibli like black movies. I saw some shit about players. I haven't thought about the movie Players Club in 30 fucking years. I saw some shit where what's her name goes into the strip club with Jamie Foxx in the background and she shoots his gun in the air, and I was like, God damn, yeah, that did happen. Or in Harlem Nights when he
shoot the pinky toe off.
To shoot the pinky toe off. I was like,
damn, that's a fucking classic.
Dude, they did somebody did the scene from Pulp Fiction with the what? like what with what a bitch.
What does Marcellus Wallace look like? Yeah, that shit is great. You know,
somebody's got to do a terrorist, motherfuckers. Do you have them?
Yeah, the whole AI thing is going crazy right now. Like people are redoing videos, and it's great.
Yeah, you know, use it to get these jokes off, because like, man, we gotta.
Oh, I like the people who are using Studio Ghibli to like recreate like classic memes. Like,
yeah.
Oh, they're good.
And
yeah,
some of those classic memes are like already 20 fucking years old, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. So I did the our last thumbnail for the podcast was like a Studio Ghibli style that I think Blue did, right? You're the one that looked that up.
Oh yeah,
that made that our logo Studio Ghibli style.
Yeah, it actually came out really well.
It did.
Like, wow, this is pretty cool. Because I always wanted to throw our logo into AI to see if it could like animate the character in the middle, and it did a pretty good job.
Yeah. So the different logos only on YouTube. So I only make like the funny logos for like YouTube. So yeah.
That's good shit.
I'll throw it up on Instagram. You can see it there.
The grams.
Except it messed up on the Xfinity part. Like it spelled infinity with 2 eyes.
Oh, did you fix that?
If you go look at it,
did I miss that?
Yeah, it's spelled with 2 eyes. But overall, like that, it looks really cool. I don't think I have it on my computer, but yeah.
AI still adds extra teeth and extra fingers and whatnot every now and again, you know. But
I gotta look.
Whatever.
Some of these videos get kind of creepy though, like when they merge like different characters together, or like somebody be like riding a bike and they fall, and all of a sudden they fall into like a thing of snow, and then they're on a jet ski, and then a jet ski turns to a fucking rocket. Like,
if y'all want to see it on the podcast, that's what it looks like. And yeah, there is 2 eyes. I totally fucking missed that shit. Y'all can't see it, but people on the podcast or people that are watching it can. So yeah, it's funny that there's like such a young black dude, because we're all old fucks.
Fucking years.
Got some gray in there.
It's got the headphones in there, the glasses.
Yeah.
I think it messed up on the fist, because in our image, the fist is on the T-shirt, but they made the person's fist like actually part of the fist. So
yeah, it's
still
all
cool
good.
though.
Yeah, artistic licensing. I like it.
Yeah.
Did you say autistic licensing? I don't.
Artistic?
Autistic.
Autistic? Something?
I'm just kidding.
Some kind of license.
But not a driver license, because Goku and Piccolo can both fly.
Good shit. Oh man. Yeah. I don't even know, man. Every fucking day I wake up and I'm like, should I even look at the new news, you know, for the day, or should I just live my life? You know what I mean? Take that other pill, you know, and just try to avoid it. But
have you guys?
I'm gonna hear about it.
Gotta jump in real quick. Do you guys watch the new trailer for Tron Ares?
Yeah, you know,
like the new trailer.
I didn't. I'm gonna confess, I'm not a big Tron guy.
Oh really?
No, I'm just
I'm frowning.
Dude,
I'm frowning.
I love Legacy. Legacy was really good, and then like Uprising that was on like Disney Plus, or it was like a Disney XD. What it was on. That show was really good, but yeah, I like the Tron Legacy. I mean, the original one, I mean, it's kind of hard to watch. It's a little bit dated, but you know, the newer series was like beautifully done. But as far as this one that's coming out now, like it looks really good. I just don't know why they have Jared Leto in it. Like it doesn't make any sense.
He's gonna take the show. He's gonna be a method actor. He's like, you know what? I'm a pixel.
I'm that dead pixel on your TV screen.
God damn it.
I'm dead inside.
Overall,
it looks good though.
I did hear we're, and maybe it's already out, but we're supposed to be getting some new Black Mirror as well.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
yes. And it looks
Mirror
fucking
and,
dank.
Yeah.
Love something kill. What's it called? The animation?
Oh, Death Sex Robot.
Yeah.
It's love. God damn it! Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah, yeah.
I kept trying to put sex in there too, because I mean, I haven't fucked in a while,
Seems
so I'll
like a
be honest with you. But it's love, death, and robots. So yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm looking forward to those like Black Mirror. It's been actually a couple of years since last time we had a Black Mirror.
You know, that one with the fucking two guys playing video games and then
Yeah,
fucking the video
Anthony
game.
Mackie. Yeah,
That really fucked me up. I was like,
What's
God
that?
damn, you know?
What's that called? Something Strike,
Yeah,
Viper Strike, Venom Strike, or
something
something
like
that.
that.
Twin
Virtual
Vipers. Was it Twin Vipers?
twin set,
No, it wasn't Twin
something.
Vipers.
Twin striking lightning.
Striking Vipers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something.
that's Strike Viper. Yeah, that. Well,
Yeah.
now listening to the title, like vipers or snakes,
Yeah, that's it.
penises, two penises striking each other. Just that's what was going to happen within the title. You just didn't realize it. It's like
Yeah.
like what's the name? Oh, malt liquor, Anaconda malt liquor.
Anaconda
Gives you a
malt
little
liquor gives you a little dick.
Mhm.
So what happened here? Why does it say more options for your shit? There we go. Sorry, there's something really weird on my side. It put more options over Prodigy's forehead, as if
God.
your forehead had more options.
God
Sir,
damn.
change your forehead. There's more options. Apparently, you are create your own character, and yeah, I don't know. That was weird.
That is weird.
I wonder if we'll get another. Was it alternate carbon series?
No, Altered Carbon. No, we will not.
Damn.
We got 2 seasons. It was great. Yeah, canceled. I got to read the books. I think I
Yeah.
read the first one.
Yeah, Anthony
Yes.
Mackie was in the second one, right? Or was he in the first one? No, he's in the second one.
Yeah, there was a white guy in one of those.
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah. And then
It was Joe Kinnaman. Played an
something like-
Asian, who was played by an Asian guy, or he was an Asian guy.
He was an Asian guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
The guy who was
The
in
Asian guy became a black guy.
the guy who was in Shogun. I'm pretty sure the guy was in Shogun.
Damn, I still need to fucking watch
You
Shogun.
haven't watched Shogun? Oh my
I haven't
god!
watched Shogun.
Oh,
I
man.
keep.
Oh, he was RoboCop too in the remake.
He was, which actually
Yeah.
I like that remake. It was pretty good.
I did too.
Yeah, like when they took away his whole body and it was like, look, you're just a hand and a head and some lungs. Look at you, little bitch.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh god.
Wait, was the new RoboCop a movie or a series?
It was a movie.
A movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And it was it's pretty fucked up. Yeah. Like there's like a part where the guy's like thinks he's like a badass and they just kind of shut him down and then they take away like his whole body and then he sees like what he actually is like literally like a head, some lungs and a heart in like a jar sort of
Damn.
and a hand. And it's like, look, this is what you are. Do you want your body back or no? It's like, man.
Damn. All right, I'll have to watch that one.
Yeah, it's
And that came
it's
out
fucked
11
up.
years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Oh,
what
so
was
it's not new for shit. It's
no, yeah.
No, it's old. It's old.
But I like
damn.
that.
All right.
What was that?
I'm looking
There was
at
something
the-
else I want to talk about though. Before that, what were we talking about? Like just before the RoboCop thing that I went on a tangent for.
I'm fucking
We're
old.
talking about shows. Tron.
Shogun,
We're talking about
Shogun?
Tron. Shogun. No.
Shogun.
Shogun. Yes. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was gonna go back to the whole Shogun thing. You gotta play Assassin's Creed. I'm just like play Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm having so much goddamn fun with this game. If you don't like Assassin's Creed games, this is the best one to get. Like honestly, besides Black Flag, like because you don't have to play as an assassin. Like you have to play as an assassin for like maybe like an hour and a half, and then you have options, and your options are choosing violence, and you can choose violence every single goddamn time. If you don't like sneaking around, stab motherfuckers and shit, you can just literally bash down the front door and just kill everybody.
I like it.
Yeah, well, you play as Yasuke if you don't like Assassin's Creed games because he plays nothing like an assassin. He is just for the fucking violence, and I'm all for it. Every single chance I get to play as Yasuke, I do because there's like sometimes, don't get me wrong, like I'll you probably should sneak in somewhere to like get some shit done, but if not, if I'm given the option, I'm literally killing the front gate guard. Everybody's going to see me. I'm going to kill all of them, and then I'll smash down the front door and kill everybody else.
Okay, now you have to answer this with me. Can Yasuke even fucking climb?
He can climb a little bit, not very well. So he cannot climb as well as Naue can. Like
Okay.
nowhere near as well. He's not as fast as Naue is. He doesn't have the eagle vision like Naue does. He has downsides, but his upsides are violence, and he is
Mm,
very well versed in violence.
I like
So
it.
yeah,
All right.
and it's just like I said, it's just the game. It's like two different fucking games. Like
I, I'm gonna have to fuck with this one because I was late to the game on Ghost of Tsushima, at least for the campaign. I love the
yeah,
multiplayer, and that was fucking brilliant. And so, yeah, I mean, just feudal Japan is just a great setting. Period. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So Kronos with
So,
Sasuke, you just Leroy Jenkins that fucking castle.
yeah. Everywhere, bro. I'm Leroy Jenkins. Fucking with Yasuke. I'm like, bro, we're doing violence today.
I
Like, oh,
love it.
you got a whole ass castle. Oh, you wanna ring the fucking little bell to call the guardians? Guess what? I'm gonna fucking kill them too. I don't give a shit.
Love it.
Yeah. Like I thought I couldn't kill the guardians, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try it. And I just fucking there was like three of them. I was like, you know what? We're gonna throw some hands and swords.
I
And
love
yeah, and they died. And guess what? They didn't call anymore.
it. How far are you? Like, are you like, I don't know, 20 hours, 30 hours in, or
I'm like maybe like 15, 20 hours in, maybe.
okay?
It's just it's a blast to play. There's a lot of stuff that's like I need to like get through and like unlock and stuff. But yeah, I have fun when I play it. And that's the main thing for me is if this game can like bring me joy on like basic like gameplay aspects, like I'm in. And this one just brings me joy. And every now and again, don't get me wrong, I like playing as Naue is fun too, but it's a different kind of fun. You have to be like kind of cerebral. You have to like really, you have to like literally map out like where everybody's at all the time, like where the
Yeah,
bell is, because Naue against the Guardians, like that's fucking rough.
yeah.
Like they can kill you in like a hit, maybe two.
Mm,
But Yasuke's got that, he's pretty stout, so he can take a hit or two. And and,
that's
and,
good.
and as he kills, he gets more life. So and he holds more rations, which gives you life back than Naue does. So
Okay. See, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with that one. I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. I just gotta. I think I'm close to the level cap ish on Monster Hunter, so I told our friend Jen that me and either Hobby or me and Old Ninja will help her level up. But other than that, I'm not really playing anything new. So I might have to fuck with it. But it's gonna be a busy month, man. I got fucking Last of Us to cry over. You know what I mean?
yeah, again, like I don't know. This is the thing is that like obviously they're gonna do Abby wrong because she's not gonna be swole.
Yeah.
Can you put her in a fucking muscle suit? Like I don't
I
give a
was gonna
shit.
I was gonna say if you can like make Muppet Harlem Nights, I feel like you can make Swole Abbey.
Just put
You
it.
know what
Like,
I mean?
listen, did y'all ever watch Free Guy?
I never watched that one. No.
Free Guy that's actually a really
Oh
fun
yeah,
movie to watch.
with
Ryan
oh,
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that.
they could
Yeah,
do the same thing with just even though it wasn't a muscle suit that was an actual person, but still you can make a decent muscle suit, make her a little yoked, swole Abby, but
Brother.
it's okay. Like y'all are in for a fucking treat, but also might be on suicide watch for a minute, so it's gonna be bad.
Also, I'm gonna say this because you know how people hated on one of the best episodes with strawberries and Bill and the gay romance and all of that. You ain't seen nothing yet. They we are going to get more gay, in this show, and I'm all for it because there's relationships, there's
Oh
a
yeah,
bond,
it is gonna
like
get more gay. Yeah.
yeah, it
Well,
and
well, the thing is though about like the gay part about like the last one is that that whole thing with like Bill and like his husband and all that stuff that wasn't really in the game. Like he was gay in the game, but like that whole like thing of like giving the whole backstory that was
backstory.
not
Yeah.
in the game at all, and that was like
Mhm.
that was one of my I think it was like probably my favorite episode of the year was that episode of like giving Bill's like backstory. That was beautiful.
yeah, the
What?
you're absolutely right. Like it isn't really in the game. I think there's like an item like a note you can pick up that alludes to it, but there's nothing. You never see his partner or anything like that. There's nothing like that. But there are in the very first game, gay relationships, not with Bill, but with some other folks that you're going to see a whole lot more. So I can already hear folks complaining and all that other stuff, but it is canon to this story. So we're gonna see.
Yeah, it's interesting because when I think back about the show, like I only remember there being like a few fucking, I guess, mushroom people or plant people. Like I feel like I remember more of the story that's going on than like the plant stuff that's going on. Like the world's going to shit. Like there's like zombies and stuff running around, but like the stuff that's happened between the humans is more captivating than like the giant plant monster that sprung out of the ground.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, there were a couple good action scenes, but yeah, it was much more. It was less about the zombies, but you're gonna see some good action shit too.
Yeah. That's how the game was too. Like yes, the zombies were there, but it was really about just like the human condition, and that's why the game was so good. It's a very good like adult game. Like if you're okay at gaming, of like getting through like this whole like terrible situation. That's how Naughty Dog has been, for like the longest time. That's why they're highly acclaimed because like Uncharted was sort of similar. Like it's fun to play, but there's like a really good story to tell, and that's why people are talking shit about the new it's an Intergalactic or whatever. Like they're getting mad about like the way the character design is for like the who is probably going to be the main character of like having some chick with a shaved head and whatever. But I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Naughty Dog has not missed in a very long time for me, so I will hold their water for a hot minute until they prove me otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I will say with that new game is I want to see gameplay. You know what I mean? Like I need to see that part. But yeah, Naughty Dog is they're on a win streak. They really are. The only thing that I also complained about with them is I really love the Last of Us 1 multiplayer and even Uncharted 4 and 3 multiplayer. And when they flirted with the idea of doing their own standalone Last of Us 2 multiplayer, which probably would have been excellent, and then scrapped it, I was like, what the fuck, man? That would have been fun, So, oh well.
Yeah. Hey, what was the DLC for Black Flag? I'm sorry, I'm just going to go back to Assassin's Creed real quick. I got to ask a question. Remember the DLC for Black Flag where you were like the black guy? What island were they on? It was like somewhere in the Caribbean, right?
Yeah, definitely. I thought, was it Haiti or Dominican Republic?
Haiti? I can't remember. I'll look it up. All right.
Cuba? I can't remember. But yeah, we shall see. There's quite a bit of good stuff going on. You guys want to wrap it for tonight, or?
Yeah. Not much else to talk about topic wise.
Somebody's getting tired. Look at you, old fucking man. It's all good.
Yeah, hey man, it was a long out day.
There's a lot of topics on our list that need to be deleted.
Yeah, we'll clean it up for next week. All right, Blue, what you got popping this week? God damn it!
Big changes coming through the Blue family. Our little guy starts preschool on Monday.
Aww.
And he's gonna be. I guess we're basically gonna be commuting to drop him off and preschool because we're moving soon. And like we already have a lease and all that stuff keys to the place, so he's going to be starting preschool. So after we start preschool, we're going to start actually physically moving. And we've been moving small stuff into the place, but only things that fit in like vanilla scented trash bags. But everything else, we're just waiting for actual movers. This is actually going to be the first time ever in my entire life I've actually hired movers to take our stuff. And it's not that badly priced. It depends on how long they're going to be working, but it's like $150 an hour for them to like move our stuff, and we don't have that much, but we'll see. With that said, yeah, once again we're moving. I've been packing up stuff. We're going on the other side of the bay. We're gonna be living in a peninsula, so like I'm loaded in my car every night, driving to work. Then after work, I'll go to the place, unload my car, and then come home. So that way I'm not paying across the bridge like twice, whatever, to drop off stuff. Man, I watched the last episode of Invincible. Like the episode 8, and that shit was fucking brutal. Like goddamn, like that Voldemite, that showed up was
Viltrumite?
just that dude was just murdering food. He's like, I'm better than your daddy, basically. He's like, I'm the monster they send to kill the monster. But yeah, that shows I can't. It sucks that it just ended season 8. Like I wanted more, but like the season's pretty short, so I'm gonna try to watch the shows Kronos recommended. I'm gonna watch that new one I recommended or I found on Hulu. Anything else? That's about it. It's moving. We got a property manager who's gonna take care of our place. We're gonna rent it out. So we don't have to worry about like mention all that stuff. So hopefully that all works out. And she said she can probably get it listed and booked in like within a week. I'm like, you do your thing, girl. You do your thing. We'll make it happen. But yeah, that's it about for me.
Nice, good shit, man. Congratulations on the new spot.
Yeah.
Cronus, what you got?
Well, I got a date tomorrow, a lunch date. So there's that.
Nice.
We'll see how that goes.
Is it the girl that slid into our DMs?
No, I didn't tell you about
that. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. If you're an Instagram model, I'm just saying, like, don't ask me to like pay to like chat with you. Like that's 100% not gonna happen. It's ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, I have a like lunch date tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be cool. We'll see. I'll report back tomorrow. Next week. Other than that, just been working. I'm gonna see Papa Bear on Saturday at Camp Pendleton. I'm gonna take my daughter up there. Hopefully we can get some fishing in because my daughter has not ever gone fishing before. So
nice.
she likes that, and it'd be good just like to see him again. Other than that, yeah, I'm just I got my car fixed because like my AC went out. And I had an oil leak, so I had to, get that fixed. And I got it fixed by a guy that I did jiu-jitsu with. So yeah, he owns
nice.
he owns a auto shop like down the street from me. So
nice.
great dude. So yeah, that's basically all I got. I'm just living, not quite the dream yet, but I'm getting there. I'm trying to get there. Yeah.
1% better day by day.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, I am definitely going to watch some of that Shinichiro Watanabe Lazarus that is on my fucking list. Play a little Monster Hunter this weekend, watch a little Last of Us. Just, try to unwind. You know what I mean? Be in the moment,
Yes. You gonna smoke a little crack?
A little crack,
Okay,
you know what I
cool.
mean? Sprinkle a little crack on myself.
That's what I do. I gotta stay up longer, Smoke a little crack. No more naps. Smoke a little crack.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, just this too shall pass is the theme. You know what I mean? Try not to get too caught up on it. And here's the other thing too. There is something to be said for just going outside sometimes.
Yeah. Touch some grass, as they say.
Touch some grass. Get offline. All right, take us out, Blue.
You just experience the dangest podcast in the world, Black and the Black times Infinity. All right, there you go. You can find us on the interweb at BThenBTI. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at BThenBTI. Check out our homepage at Squarespace. Was it
BenHatProductions.com? BenHatProductions.squarespace.com.
/BThenBTI.
Yes,
I think
that's all the letters and words and dots and stuff.
Yeah. You can find us on all kind of podcasts, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts. We're everywhere except Pornhub, but you might find us there eventually. But other than that, catch us next week, 8:30, live on YouTube, and that's about it. We out this bitch. Peace.
Peace.
Well, I gotta press buttons. I gotta I guess pull for time so I can find the actual icon where the fuck Streamlabs is, and then press the button where it says record.